Welcome back to Blueprint to Wellness and Success with Dr. Ada.
I'm P.A. Smith.
Today we have an amazing guest. I'm so happy. She's my one of my coaches. We have LaShonda Tyree. Good. Welcome, LaShonda.
Welcome, Lashonda.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to
How
be
are
here with
you?
you.
Thank you for coming on
Thank you.
the show. Okay, so so a little bit of background about LaShonda. Jeanette, do you want to tell us a
Yeah,
little
so
bit?
I'm going to give Lashonda's bio. Very impressive. Tyree is the founder of Nyah Beauty, a natural handmade bath and body brand, creating plant-based soaps, lotions, and scrubs in small batches. Since launching in 2003, her products have reached stores from Newark Airport to boutiques in across New Jersey to Texas and Atlanta. She is a passionate educator, a mentor. She teaches others how to create natural skin products, supports business owners through Rising Tide Capitals, Community Business Academy, and she is the proud graduate of Goldman Sachs, 1 million Black women. Whoa. Black in Business Cohort B.
Yes, yes.
Excelente.
Thank
Congratulations. That
you.
is some bio.
That is nice.
Oh
Thank
my
Wow.
you. Thank
gosh.
you.
What a model and inspiration to follow. How are you, LaShonda?
I'm doing great, Ada. Thank
Good.
you so much for having me be a part of your podcast.
Thank you so much. That's quite a journey. Now, how long have you
Hmm.
been in business?
Well, there's a couple of answers to that question because I started my business off as a hobby. It wasn't even a business, it was a hobby, right? So it
Hmm.
was more of creative therapy for me. I've always been creative and like to make things with my hands. So making the soaps, which initially started off with candles, that it was really a hobby. I was working in banking, I was involved in a merger. I just needed some release. And so it started off honestly as a hobby for the probably first couple of years. And then even though I was selling, it still was a hobby at that point. I gave myself a business name, but I don't think I really thought I would be where I am today. And then the opportunity came for me to actually leave corporate. And I took it and I was like, you know what, let me try this thing. So, of course, I tried it full time. Really, I mean, I was making money, but I wasn't making money, so I really didn't have the business skills that I needed. I could do what I was doing. That part was easy, but it was the whole other parts of being in business, the accounting and the pricing and things like that. But so then I went back to work part time. And I ultimately, once that particular position ended, I was in the position to be able to do it full time. And so I probably would say full time. I've been doing my business probably the last 13 years.
That that's amazing. And I have to say, you know that I got the cranberry sugar scrub this
Yes.
past holiday, and I am in love with it. I wish I could give it more than 5 stars. I gave it a review. I loved it. It just, so nourishing, really, so soft. The scent is so beautiful.
Thank
Mhm.
you. Thank
So
you.
I'm already putting it out there for our audience. Try Nyah Beauty. You're gonna love it. Okay, so I have another question for you.
Sure.
So let's see. I want to know what inspired you to start your soap and body company, which I think you kind of answered that a little bit. Um,
Well, some of it, but also I think there was a point where I kind of was, I would say, really know that there was a need, was actually my mother. And so I was making these soaps and, I had a whole bunch of them to give away. So I was giving them away and I gave her some. And she was the one that told me to make more. And then when I asked her why, she said her skin didn't itch after bathing. So that let me know, okay, the stuff that she had been using was irritating her skin. So
Mhm.
then that's what led me really to kind of dive in a little bit deeper and learn a little bit more. And I didn't realize that there was a whole community of people out there that were making things from scratch, things for their skin. lotions and lip balms and things like that. I mean, the list goes on and on. And so that's kind of really what inspired me. I would say when I think back, it's probably my mom telling me to make her more. Yeah.
Amazing. And your products, we just want to mention, are natural,
Yes.
raw,
Yes. You're natural.
natural.
That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. So I have a question for you. How do you choose the ingredients used in your products?
Generally, so a lot of my ingredients are probably very well known. Coconut oil, olive oil, they're things that people are familiar with, cocoa butter, shea butter.
Mhm.
So that's where most of the time that I'm selecting and choosing ingredients from. And then also, community, right? So like if you hear of something new out, and maybe you want to try something, I kind of, tap into the community that I'm a part of. I belong to a couple of trade associations, online groups. I don't do the online groups as much as I used to, but they're still there if I need them. And then even people locally, I am connected to some businesses, people who do the same thing I do. I believe that, just because we're competitors, we don't have to be competitive in terms
I
of
love that.
our
Yeah.
relationship with each other.
Right. Supporting
So
each other.
yeah, we can support each other, and you have something different than what I have. And honestly, I can't. I couldn't. I'm not a Procter and Gamble. Will I be a Procter and Gamble? That's really. I don't think really my goal is to be a
Mhm.
conglomerate like that. So there's
Mhm.
plenty of money and resources out there for us. But when it comes to ingredients, I'm also trying to keep an ear, right? Like listening. I remember one day it was a celebrity, and I can't remember her name, but she has a product line, and she had like a natural retinol. So that kind of like piqued my interest. And then I
Mhm.
started looking. And so, sometimes it would be like, let me go and see I guess, honestly, what's the trend, right? What's
What's
trending?
trending?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even if it's something that's trending, I try to be mindful around it. Cause like one of the things that I recently started, probably maybe like in the last 6 months, I make a turmeric soap that a lot of people like to use for their face. But when you look online and maybe things like TikTok and stuff like that, the turmeric soap people have been like pushing for probably like I'm gonna say like really during the pandemic, but they've been adding other things like kojic acid, and then people have been getting burned, right? So
Mm,
you got to make sure you know what you're doing with these ingredients, and
absolutely.
just because they do a certain thing, make sure you know what you're doing, right? Before you actually put it out there and harm people. So I'm actually kind of slower in jumping on the trend wagon,
Mhm.
and especially like I mentioned, the turmeric soap, like that was something that took me a moment to really get on, but I'm on it now, and so and I've had good success with it.
Turmeric is so good for your skin. It's good to ingest, of course,
Hmm.
but
Right.
also so good for your skin, especially for like blemishes, right?
Yeah, yeah, glowing, yeah, blemishes is
It's
brightening
glowing.
the skin. Hmm.
Very
Okay.
good. Very
Mhm.
good. Next question. Are your products made for specific skin types or sensitive skins?
Um, I kind of stay away from skin types. So the skin types, because I'm not an esthetician, so I feel like that if I had that expertise, then I feel more comfortable being like, okay, normal skin, dry skin, but sensitivities, I would say yes. I try to formulate using ingredients that I know are sensitive skin friendly. So I don't make any claims saying that my products will do X, Y, and Z, or if you have, some type of medical issue, psoriasis, acne, things like that. I won't say that my product will cure, like I can't. That's illegal. That's against the law. So if anybody's ever doing that,
That's a
that's a
no-no.
that's a no-no, right? But I will say it's sensitive skin friendly. So what I mean by that is it should not irritate what you already may be dealing with. It shouldn't make things
Absolutely.
worse, right? So, because a lot of times people will say, when I'm talking to them about my product, that's usually the first thing. Oh, I have sensitive skin, and a lot of people do have sensitive skin now because of all the stuff that's being put in our products, from our laundry detergent to
Mhm.
things that have contact with our skin. So we have to be mindful of all that and how it may be irritating our skin.
I agree.
Okay, and I'm going to, if Ada doesn't mind, I'm going to start sharing my screen. I just wanted to show the audience a beautiful picture of you. I
Okay.
hope you guys get to see it. You see it there?
There it is. Oh, stunning.
That's a very nice
Beautiful.
picture.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
I
Beautiful.
also like the neck piece. That's pretty.
Mhm.
Very
Gorgeous.
pretty.
Yes,
Gorgeous.
thank you.
Yes.
Some of
Great.
We're
the
the face of our brand, right, Naya? I mean,
That's
you represent your brand. So,
Yes,
that's
yes,
right.
always,
That's right. So,
always.
okay, I have the next question. So, what makes your brand different from other soap and body companies?
Wow. So yeah, like I mean, all of us make soap, right? All of us make lotions, right? But I try to I want my brand to be culturally rooted in clean skincare for sensitive skin. So, and I want to fuse what I can in terms of traditional skincare, wisdom with modern skincare science, right? So you have to know the science behind what you're making. I am not a scientist, um, but I try to make sure I understand the chemistry. If there's chemistry involved, I want to understand because I am making something that needs to be safe.
Mhm.
So I also want people's routine to be quick, gentle, and effective. We are busy women today, right? We got lots on our plate, and you don't need a 10 step, you know,
um,
who got time for
skincare
that,
routine. No.
right? And I want people also to find, our routine, right? Our morning routine, you get up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, right? Like bathing is part of that, right? Moisturizing your skin is part of that. But
Mhm.
I want you to also in those what would be considered a daily routine that you just maybe do even blindly, also find moments to self-care, right? Like if you're in the shower, I have shower steamers, right? Use a shower steamer and just spend an extra 5 minutes in the
Mhm.
shower and have your moment of self-care.
Caring for
Mhm.
yourself. Yes.
Yeah, doing
Yes.
something for yourself during the day when we're just constantly doing for others, especially being women, right? We're constantly doing things for others and don't take that moment just to breathe for ourselves. So, or say a meditation in the shower while you're
Yes.
doing, your shower steamer, but just finding and then even just caring for yourself with something that's a little extra special, right? It's handmade, small batches. We use natural ingredients, like you mentioned earlier. So, instead of using something that's mass produced, use something that's made in small batches,
Mhm.
is made by somebody local or, a small business. And treat yourself to something. Yeah. Yeah. It may cost a little bit more, but you're worth it. You're worth that extra special care.
Well, now
And
that
I just have to say something,
okay.
and I'm really upset with myself. I have a skin specialist near me. I was thinking of getting a facial. I have never, well, I've had a facial, but I haven't had it in like years.
Mhm.
And I was sitting in my office really contemplating whether I should get a facial. And I got upset with myself because I'm like, you're not going to get a facial? Are you kidding me right now?
Right, right. You deserve it, right?
Yeah.
we
What is that?
certainly do.
And it's only what, an hour, right? Like
Yeah.
you
Now,
can find that time. Yes, you can
Jeanette, we
find.
Yeah.
got to talk about this. You need a
Well, me and
facial
you, Ada, take me to where you want me to
monthly,
go.
monthly
I
minimum.
need it. I
But
need it. I
now,
need it.
Naya, I wanted to ask you, what about price point? You said it's a little more expensive, but what
Mhm.
basically can people expect? What exactly is the range?
So, like our soaps start at $9 and they go up to about
Okay.
12, right? Our lotions are $22. Our body scrubs are 18. So, it is going to be a little bit more. I mean, look, I'm not Bath and Body Works, okay? So just I'm not them, okay?
But you're better. I think you're better. Let's just get that
Not
straight.
them. They've done, people love their products, but also they mass produce, right? And so
Mm,
that's one of the things that I feel like I can stand on is that I'm making them from a natural standpoint. I'm making them handmade. Like I know the ingredients, and when you read the label, you're gonna know exactly what's in your product.
Right.
So yeah, so those are our price. Yeah, they're a
The
little bit
other,
more.
I'm sorry. The other point about small batches is that these are fresh products.
Mm-hmm.
These are, store brand made products. You don't know how long they've been on the shelf.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's
So
true.
yeah. Okay, so we did mention a little bit about the safety, the quality, the consistency. How do you stay consistent with your products? Always producing the same quality or
Well, the main thing is to have what is called a master batch record. And so basically, it's the step by step. It has the ingredients listed on it, step by step, step one, step two, step three. You have to kind of check off on whoever's manufacturing that they're checking off that they're actually following that process. So it's not kind of like, oh, I think it's this much. Oh, I think it's, I think I
Mhm.
use that much. No, it's consistent because there's processes and procedures in place to make sure that the production is made, the same quality every time.
Mhm. Okay, and I have a question. Are your products natural, organic, cruelty-free, or vegan?
Well, my products are some may be vegan. There are some that aren't, because I do use. I'm primarily plant based, but I do use beeswax, and I may use like goat's milk or things like that. But I don't use
love
animal
goat's
fat.
milk.
Yes,
Love
great.
goat's milk.
It's great. So I don't use animal fats in my products, but I use plant-based fats, and then there may be some other like animal honey. I use honey as well. So
Mhm.
vegans may consider those particular things, coming from an animal.
Right.
So I
Mhm.
don't say that I'm vegan. I don't say I'm organic either. I may use some organic ingredients, but all my ingredients aren't organic, and I haven't been organic certified. So be mindful of when you read, labels, especially from
Right.
people who are hand making things. They may say organic. In order for a product to be considered organic, it has to have that organic certified
Deal.
Mhm.
seal. Correct, right? And that costs a lot of money. So I'm
Yeah.
not there yet, right? But I may use some organic ingredients that I can afford to use in the skincare. So I definitely will say I am natural and cruelty free. I'm not testing on any animals. I only test on humans. I may ask people to try out my product and give me some feedback on it, but it's never like, I don't deal with any like labs or anything where my products are being tested in that capacity. And so I do use natural ingredients as much as I possibly can.
Thank you. And next question, what has been your biggest challenge in starting a business?
Oh wow. I think the biggest challenge, well, it depends on what stage you are. But honestly, I think my first biggest challenge was probably not pricing my products properly. And so because my products weren't priced competitively, I was people were buying them, but I wasn't really making money or to have money left over, right? Or net profit,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
money was coming in, but as much as it was coming in, it was going out. And so I never really saw any increase or any profit from it or nothing substantial, right? And so I think that was probably one of the first biggest challenges. And then as my business grew, and I got help on that part, I figured it out, got some help, got some training, and I increased my prices. Then my business changed. I saw the and I also didn't see people not buying because I raised my prices, but a lot of it was internal, like me personal. I think a lot of times people who are starting their own business, we kind of feel like people aren't going to pay the price of the value of what it's worth.
Yeah.
And so some of that is really between our mindsets on money, can really hinder us a lot. And even to
Yes,
this
ma'am.
day, like I'm still learning that my money mindsets are hindering my business. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and as I learn or they come up, it's time to address them so that they can, no longer be the thing. But there's a lot of mindset work between, what they
Yeah.
say, your 2 ears. that you know that could be also a big challenge because there's a lot of self-talk, right, that
Yes.
goes on, or beliefs that we
Yeah.
have. And so it's not always, monetary, but it could, it ends up having a monetary effect.
Yeah.
We limit our own selves a lot.
Yeah, Dr. Ada and I discussed that the fear factor too with our cultures. I think that's a big part of it. Like, Dr. Ada, of course, she has a skin company. I have a weight
Mhm.
loss business. And
Mhm.
I always think sometimes I'll give like 1 month free, and people really don't put value on that.
Yeah.
And I think it's a part of thinking that that's going to bring more people in. And actually, it does the reverse.
Hinder
So,
sometimes, yes.
right.
Some
So,
people you devalue, they think that
yeah,
the quality is not there.
that's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
But Jeanette, do we have more images that we can
Oh,
show?
yeah. Let's
Okay.
share.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This is a very beautiful image, too. If you could tell us about this one here, you can see it, right?
Yeah, what are
Yes.
we looking at? It's a soap, right? What
This soap, yes, this is our turmeric soap.
uh
And so this is just to kind of show the glow, right, from it. She's looking
yeah,
in the mirror and she's glowing.
gorgeous,
But yeah,
gorgeous.
as our and it's one of our, I'm gonna say one of our top 10 products is the
Mhm.
turmeric soap. So it's in the lineup. And yeah, I just want to start highlighting it a little bit more. So this is what the turmeric is great. It's all now this one is all plant-based, as well as the scent is essential oils. So essential oils of lemon, essential oils of lucia, which are
Wow.
great. Also, they aiding in with tag teaming with the turmeric for the brightening
Okay.
property.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of spots. Dr. Ada has a sunscreen that I've been using. It's wonderful. What could I put this on individual spots, or do I just cover the whole face
I would
with
cover your
this?
whole face. Yeah, I
Hmm.
wouldn't I think it would be kind of hard, but I mean, you could try it, but I think it would just be easier and just
To
kind of
do the whole face.
yeah,
Okay.
just let it do what it does.
Mhm.
I've heard some people telling me, how it has lightened or, certain, I guess, pigmentation areas on their, not
Hmm.
just their face, but on their body. People deal with that issue as well on their bodies.
Yeah, it's true. It's
And the
true.
good thing about this soap, this is for the face and the body,
Yeah,
correct?
you could use it for the whole body.
The
Any of
whole
my
body.
soaps, yeah, any of my soaps you can use on your entire body. They may have a focus. Some of them most of them are general body care. You can use it on your entire body. But then there are some that are more focused for, like the face. People are always asking about that, or hair, and even for our lady spots. you
Oh,
know, we have a
yes.
soap called Sacred that's for, feminine care.
Oh, I wasn't aware of
Oh.
that. I was
Yeah.
not aware of that. Wow,
Yes.
thank you.
Hmm.
Okay, next picture.
Yes, let me get out of this one. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, share. Let's go to this one. This is a picture of some gentlemen here.
Oh,
Okay.
what are we looking at? Oh, it looks like they're making, are they making, do you have a
Yes.
class?
Yes. This is our sip and soap class. And
Oh,
these two
nice.
guys, they came in actually last Friday. They were our first sip and soapers of the year.
Yeah.
And
They
yeah,
look like they're having a great time, by the
they
way.
did. They did have a great time creating and smelling, and yeah, they had a great time. And
Now,
even the way that they made their soaps, they had a great time.
oh, I was going to say, did they make it for themselves or as
Yeah, they
for
did.
someone else?
I
Okay.
asked. They said they wasn't giving anything away. So
So then
yeah.
they're sipping and then they're creating
Mhm.
also their own
Yes,
soap.
yes.
Oh, how
Yeah, so
interesting.
it's me time, or time with other people that want to spend time with or catch up with or just, making memories, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We have enough. I had actually a family that came in the day after Christmas. It was a grandmother, an auntie, and the grandchildren. And it was about six of them, and they just had a great time. And the auntie said she really wanted to do more experience versus buying her, somebody buying her something.
Right,
Like
right.
you could
I
buy
love
me
that.
something, but at the end of the day, like I really want more experiences.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. And then how often do you do these classes? Is it once a month? Is it once in a while?
The sip and soaps are every Friday. They're scheduled every Friday from 7 to 8:30. You do have to pre-register for them. You can't just show up because I have a very limited space. So you could go to our website and on the navigation bar, you'll see classes and then you'll see sip and soap. So that's where you can kind of secure your seat there.
Very
Awesome. So
cool.
we
Very
have
cool.
about 10 minutes left. Next
Okay.
question.
Okay,
You.
so how do you educate your customers about the proper skincare and product use?
Well, in the moment when I'm talking about the product, so I do have a area in my shop. I call it like the experience station. So the main thing I have people experience is our scrubs, and I have them experience it on their hands. And so while they're experiencing it, I will talk to them about the benefits of scrubs and how, what
Mm-hmm.
they do for your
Mm-hmm.
skin and how. And so, in those moments when I'm talking about the products, that's one way that I try to educate. Also on social media, I may put up some posts talking about the products or the ingredients or why we're using them, what they do, and then our newsletter. We also have right now it's a weekly newsletter. I'm going to try and bump it up to twice a week soon, but right now it's once a week. And also there we try to educate our customers about the products and the ingredients that are in them and the benefits.
Amazing. Next question. What role does sustainability or eco-friendly packaging play in your brand, if any?
I try to definitely be as sustainable as I possibly can where I am right now in my brand. So one sustainability that I do is when I receive packages that, of supplies, sometimes there's packing peanuts, sometimes there's paper in there. I reuse those in shipping my orders out.
Absolutely.
I don't just throw them out in the trash. So they get I mean, as long as they look decent. If they come kind
Recycle.
of looking kind of
Yeah,
like, but if they look decent to reuse, I reuse them. Then that way I'm recycling in that way. We also try to recycle as much as we can here with empty bottles and things like that, and paper and boxes. And even I'll reuse boxes. I know what people I can reuse boxes with. Like I do private label manufacturing, and I have a client in New York, and she's very, she would be what I would consider a modern day hippie, and so I know she's into repurposing and reusing. So when when I ship things to her, I know she doesn't mind me reusing an Amazon box or something like that,
yeah.
right?
No, I think
So,
it's a great thing. Yeah,
yeah. So those,
especially.
and then yeah, and then the other way I sustainability is so especially when I make my product, my soaps, I end up with a lot of pieces that are like either I don't sell them, either they're too small to be a bar of soap or but yet I feel awkward throwing them out in the trash because they still
Yeah.
could be used. And there's only but so much soap I could use. So I either will create another product out of it called like a soap sampler so people can try
Mm-hmm.
smaller
Yeah, so
pieces.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also will donate like soap scraps to like in the city of Newark, they have a homeless division of the
Wonderful.
local government, and so they're really big on trying to help the unhoused. And I know they have wash stations, and then I know they partner with
That's
other
cool.
groups and organizations. So I give up little pieces of soap. So if they need to
Great
pass them on to
cause.
people so that they can take a shower or something, they can
Yeah.
have some natural soap to use. And then there's another organization that if it's really not something I could give someone, then those are like really scraps. Then they go in a box to another organization that takes those scraps, and then they clean them up. They kind of grind them up, melt them down a little bit, clean it
Yeah.
up, and then they send them to like third world countries and stuff.
Okay,
Oh,
cool. Very
Yeah,
nice.
so
I
I
yeah.
just
like
wanted to
that.
add the peanuts. And Jeanette, and do we have any more pictures or no? That's
No,
it.
I think that's all.
Oh, okay. The peanuts, also you put them in water, at least some of them, and they degrade.
Oh,
Like
they do great. Yeah,
they
yeah,
Yeah,
degrade,
that's
yeah,
good.
which is great.
Mm.
Okay, so I think the last question, Jeanette, I think you have one more.
Yeah, I have a question, but Dr. Ada is going to summarize for us. So, where do you see your company in the next 3 to 5 years?
Wow, 3 to 5 years. Well, I hope to have more retail visibility, not necessarily, Whole Foods or those
Hmm.
larger big box brands, but even, more on a more smaller scale, but boutique kind of places. So I am looking to start to expand in that aspect of
Hmm.
retailers. So I'm looking for that. So that's, and then also maybe find some way to expand globally, right? Like, right now I only ship like locally, but I mean, even maybe having my brand in another country, who
Why
knows?
not?
you know,
Why not?
we have to
Absolutely.
look at different markets, right? We always think about the United States, but there's some things that we need to be aware of what's beyond the US,
That's
right?
right.
So there's
Absolutely.
other countries that are up and I mean that they're booming economically, right? And so yeah, so that's what I'm it's on the radar. No major plans, yet, but at least it's something to that I'm thinking about.
Okay. Mm.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Well, I'm actually curious about the Goldman Sachs program that you just
Sure.
finished. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience
Well,
and
it was a great experience. It was a lot of work, so it's not for the faint of heart.
how long was it?
It's about 12 weeks. It was a 12-week program. Had a great in-person orientation at their headquarters in Jersey City for about 2 or 3 days. And then it ended with a graduation in Manhattan at their other headquarters office in Manhattan. But in between, there were hours. Like I probably would say at least between virtual sessions and just actually doing the work, probably about a good
Mhm.
11, 12 hours a week.
A week?
In addition to what I was already doing.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I actually took it in the fall, this past fall. So,
Mhm.
I was dealing with holiday season too. So it was a lot. But I honestly, like, I think for me, some big takeaways, honestly, were like, um, I need to operate as a CEO for my business
Mm-hmm.
versus a founder. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us, we are found, we stay connected so that we can't grow. And the only way I can grow my business is if I work on it and not so much in it. So that's where I am now, trying to have more of
Mhm.
a CEO mindset, working on the business, and also like dealing with those money mindsets, right? Like
Mhm.
those things
Absolutely.
affect you in your business, things that like from childhood, right? Like you're like,
Yeah.
where did this mindset around money? And like for me, one of the things was I remember my parents, I would ask my mom, "Oh, can I take ballet lessons?" "Oh, we don't have money." "Oh, can I do
Mm.
piano lessons?" "Oh, we don't have money." So that I see in my business is when I need something, like I need a piece of equipment, but it's going to cost something. I'm like, I don't have the money. Right? Like that's
Yeah.
my
Automatic.
automatic, instead of trying to figure out how can I get what it is, or what
Yeah.
resources
Yeah.
are going to come, or being open to, what. So, so it's just so interesting how our mindset is so
Wow.
connected to
So
our.
we have 1 minute left. Please tell
Mhm.
us where we can find your
Sure.
beautiful products, your website, your handle on social media, etc.
Sure. So you definitely can find us online at nyahbeauty.com. That's NYAHbeauty.com. You can also find us on, I believe all our social handles are pretty much the same. Nyah Beauty Skincare. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I think that's about it. I
That's a
don't think I
lot.
can handle much more. Yeah. So that's where you can find us. So please connect with us. Follow, like, subscribe, all the good stuff.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely.
right.
We have a makeup shop here
It
in
was
Newark, New
so
Jersey. So we're local here in New Jersey. So I have a shop at
that's it.
405 Court Street in Newark. So anytime you're around, come by and see us.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you, Shonda.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right. And that's it for us. Thank you, guys. Thank you, co-host PA Smith. It was a pleasure having you guys. All right. Talk to you guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.